Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ken, also known as the Popheir. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions review on this palette by Urban Decay. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Urban Decay Nocturnal Shadow Box palette. So it says it's got 12 shades and I literally picked it up today. Today was the release date in store. I didn't even know this was coming out, to be completely honest. So I already did some swatches. So this is what the palette looks like. You get 12 shades. You get a dual-ended brush, if I can get it to come out. So it looks like a blender brush and a smudger brush, so that's really handy. And you get a decent-sized mirror. Okay, so I'm just going to do some swatches. So I don't have any product on my arm, maybe some moisturizer from earlier, but nothing at the moment, so no primer or anything like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab them like that. So just one quick slide, not much pressure, and see how that looks. So the matte one didn't blend out very well. Shimmery one blended out really well. The next ones are Half Bake, Rip and Delete. So I think Half Bake is from a current eyeshadow palette. Rip wasn't very pigmented, but Half Baked is stunning. Stunning. Delete blends a lot better compared to ABC Gum. We're getting into the exciting shades. So we've got Fireball, Backfire, Lounge. So I think Fireball is a highlighter. I don't know, I'm not very familiar with Urban Decay. I mean, this is like my actual first eyeshadow palette from them. I've tried the eyeliners before, but that's about it. Ooh, that is stunning. It's a dual chrome. Okay, so the last three are Armor, Heroin, and Blackout. There you guys go. So in today's video, I'm going to try out these shadows on my eyes. Not all the shades, obviously, but I'll give you guys a first impressions, how they blend and what kind of look I can come up with. So today's video, I'm actually filming at the NYX studio. So thank you so much to the NYX team for letting me film today. So I'm using this primer because realistically, I would never wear eyeshadow without an eyeshadow primer. I just feel like the eyeshadows just blend better. And because I do have slightly oilier eyelids, they tend to last and not crease as much. Okay, so I'm going to grab ABC Gum and use that as my overall lid color. Alright, next I'm going to be grabbing a Rip, and I'm going to use that as a transition color. Rip looks like a matte with a lot of flecks of shimmer in it, so it's actually quite pigmented, surprisingly enough. Okay, for my lid color, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to grab a Backfire, and I'm just going to put this all over the lid. Okay, next I'm going to grab Delete, and I'm just going to put this into my socket line, or an actual crease. Wow, this thing is actually really pigmented. It's actually kind of looking black. Sort of like giving myself a bit of a cut crease, but not really. So if you guys have hooded lids like mine, make sure you go above where your natural fold is so that when you actually blend, it just doesn't get tucked away when you open your eyes fully. Cool, next I'm going to grab a blending brush. Now my blending brush is clean, it's just a little stained from the last time. I haven't had time to actually clean it properly with, you know, my Decay puff and sponge, but trust me, this is clean. And whenever you try and blend out eyeshadows, try and use a clean blending brush because trust me, it will look a lot better that way. Okay, so that's all the blending done. So I feel like Backfire has kind of backfired. Like, I think it's not as pigmented. So let's try and wet my brush and see if that will make it a lot darker. And I feel like the blending's just made it tone down. Ooh. Yes. Work. By the way, I'm just using a matte finishing spray by NYX. You don't have to. You can just use any sort of like water spray, like Matte Fix Plus or Evian or Earth ML. Doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to get it wet. So now I'm going to move on to eyeliner. So I'm just going to use this one by Dollywink. I'm just going to do a little wing. So that's pretty much the rest of the makeup done. So I'm just going to finish off the eyes. So let's go back into the palette. I am going to grab the dual-ended brush now, and I'm going to use that blending brush side. I'm going to grab a Riff first and just run it along the lower lash line. Okay, next I'm going to grab Delete. Now Delete is such a pigmented color, it kind of almost looks black, like that's what happened on my transition and my lid, which is why I've been forced to go very smoky, but I think I'm going to mix that with Riff and see if I can tone it down and create just like a medium brown. No, Delete is very pigmented, very, very pigmented. And I'm actually going to try and use that smudger brush just to kind of blend it a tiny bit closer to the lash line. Next I'm just going to grab Delete on the smudger brush side and just focus that on the lower lash line itself. This brush is really good. I like this. And I usually don't like dual-ended brushes from palettes, but this one is decent. It's not amazing, but it's good. I like it. So I'm just going to wipe off that shadow on the smudger brush as much as I can, and then I am going to grab Midnight Cowboy Rides again. Where's that? That was my hand. In a corner. Ooh, that is super bright. It's like a liquid metal. Okay, so that's pretty much all the shadows that I can use so far from the palette. So I'm just going to put on some falsies, mascara, and give you guys my final impressions or final thoughts on the first impressions on this. Alright, so there you guys go. That is the final look. Overall, I'm very, very pleased with the quality of these eyeshadows. The look has come out really, really good. And if you guys are wondering, the lashes that I'm wearing are by Glam by Manicure. These ones are in number 43, Adriana. They're kind of like false. They're not mink, but they're like synthetic mink. Anyway, back to the palette. This palette is amazing. I believe this is a limited edition palette. Feel free to correct me in the comment box down below. Otherwise, this is a stunning palette. I keep saying stunning, sorry. So this palette has 4 mattes. Everything else is like shimmery, satin with flecks of shimmer. Overall, I'm really, really happy with the color selection. Though I do have to say, Delete, that dark brown color is very, very dark. It kind of almost looks like black. That's what I have in the crease, like you guys saw, and it's pretty much like black. I honestly thought I had dipped into blackout first, not Delete, but it's really, really dark. Like, it is insanely dark. So I don't think this is going to be a good daily eyeshadow palette unless you guys just like a wash of the light colors all over the lid, and that's about it. That's what all you do. Otherwise, no. You'd probably need like a single eyeshadow of brown to use, but otherwise, yeah, no. All the shimmery metallic shades, they are very, very beautiful. I love them. The formula is great. I do have to say Backfire wasn't very, very pigmented, but that's easily remedied if you guys have like the setting spray. So I don't know why I grabbed this one, but this, like something like this, would be perfect. And the dual-ended brush, what did that for? Dual-ended brush, I really like it. I like the smudge a bit. It works really well. The blending brush, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about this because it's kind of like a cross between a blending brush. Like, you could use this as a blending brush, I suppose, if you use it on an angle, but it's mainly as a packing type brush. So I don't know. I feel like they should have just used a blending brush, but that's me personally. There's only so many types you can choose for a dual-ended brush for a palette, but otherwise, pretty happy. In terms of the packaging, I really like the design. Urban Decay has always got this very nice urban look to it, so I'm really happy with that printout design. The only thing I do have to critique about this palette is the packaging itself. Like, it's made of cardboard, so I'm not very fond of cardboard packaging just because I find that after a while the corners start to like break down and, you know, it's just not pretty. I would prefer like a metallic case, like aluminium or something like that. And I mean, the mirror is a decent size, so you can definitely take this out for like going to your friend's house to do your makeup there. Again, I think this is more for like a dramatic eyeshadow look. I mean, look at my eyes. Like, this is definitely more for like nighttime drama. But if you guys prefer using these kinds of shades throughout the day anyway, regardless, then yeah, 2 thumbs up for you. overall, I'm very happy with this palette. If you guys live in Australia, I think Urban Decay is exclusive to Mecca, and I got this one for $55. And like I said, I do believe this is a limited edition palette. So if you guys can get your hands on it, definitely check this one out. It's really, really pretty. There's also another palette out. It's called the After Dark palette. Now that one is all pretty much like the shadows at the bottom. They're like very shimmery. I did swatch them. I was tempted to get that one. That one costs $80, I believe. But I don't tend to wear just shimmers all the time. Like if I were going to get a palette, I'd like to have something that I can work with, and this is definitely a palette that I could work with. Again, this is my first impressions. If you guys would like to know what I think about it after using it a few more times, definitely check out the description box down below. I may or may not have a blog post. I'm not very active on my blog. I do occasionally post, but if I do a review for palettes, it's usually done on my blog. If not, you guys should make sure you click on the subscribe button down below, because if I do really like this palette, I will mention it in the current favorites or I will mention it in a current favorites or products I'm loving type video. I've been talking for way too long. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you guys enjoyed. Tell me down in the comment box down below if you guys are going to be picking up this palette from Mecca. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out the description box down below for all my social media links. And don't forget to check out these other videos on the screen. Okay, I'm done. I need to stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.